If you work as a manufacturing facilities engineer, installing a new piece of equipment can be as complex as the machinery itself. From prep work to alignment and testing, it's your team's job to put it all together. That's why it's good to have Grainger on your side. With industrial-grade products and next-day delivery, Grainger helps ensure you have everything you need close at hand through every step of the installation. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Hello, it is Ryan, and I was on a flight the other day playing one of my favorite social spin slot games on ChumbaCasino.com. I looked over at the person sitting next to me, and you know what they were doing? They were also playing Chumba Casino. Coincidence? I think not. Everybody's loving having fun with it. Chumba Casino is home to hundreds of casino-style games that you can play for free anytime, anywhere, even at 30,000 feet. So sign up now at ChumbaCasino.com to claim your free welcome bonus. That's ChumbaCasino.com and live the Chumba life.
No purchase necessary. VGW. Void were prohibited by law. See terms and conditions. 18+.
Yeah, it's the phrases.
Yeah.
Well, tomorrow's Monday.
Right.
Just so everybody knows, you're going on vacay.
Oh, definitely.
And it's still one of your idol's birthdays that's now gone.
Yeah, we just lost him at the end of last year.
So tell everybody what it is.
They're going to be celebrating the greatest hitter of all time, Peter Edward Rose.
Pete Rose.
He's a fellow Cincinnatian. Grew up and went to Western Hills High School in Cincinnati.
Yeah, and was got poked for. Here's the thing. He got poked for betting on his own team.
Yeah.
Okay, I don't think you should get, well, they say it's rules, but rules were made to be broken, and how many professional players have we seen break rules since then?
Exactly.
Even the president of the United States come out and said that Pete Rose was treated unfairly.
Exactly. And why would FanDuel got their hand in everything now?
Right? I mean, it is what it is.
Literally. All the Reds games are on what? FanDuel.
FanDuel. Yeah, I have nothing against FanDuel. Do you?
I have nothing against FanDuel.
I mean, nothing at all. So Pete Rose should be in the Hall of Fame.
Exactly. Because by them not putting him in the Hall of Fame, that's a kind of a double standard.
Well, I mean, is he in the Reds Hall of Fame?
He is.
Exactly. Okay.
And
see what I'm saying?
He said that one meant more to him probably than the regular Hall of Fame because...
Yeah, politics?
Yeah.
The politics of the Hall of Fame.
Yeah,
well, it kind of sucks, but I'm glad you're getting to go. It's going to be a special event. Will never happen again.
No.
Never
again.
But that means that this show is the last for the week.
Yes.
But Dr. Cranker might make an appearance.
He might.
You know what I'm saying?
He might.
It's probably going to be audio only, probably not on YouTube.
No.
Which is fine because I don't like people going to YouTube anyway.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, YouTube's not our enemy, but they don't really... Like, we're set up to listen to it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. You're going to be doing something else listening to Morning Crankus.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Well, today we've got a song.
Yeah.
Even though it's not Hump Day. It's Hump Day Harmonies, but not on Hump Day.
Right.
Okay. And then we got our national days like normal, right?
Yes.
I want to talk about some stuff they found in Yorkshire.
Okay.
Yorkshire. They found a missing Missouri juvenile.
Yes.
And it's going to horrify you. I want to talk about a woman who poisoned her children. We'll talk about that a little bit. Archaeologists, they found the oldest cheese ever in the history of the world.
It must have been in Wisconsin.
It wasn't.
Really?
It wasn't even in America.
Wow.
Okay, maybe it was like a cheesemaker that had people that came to Wisconsin, but it wasn't from Wisconsin, if you can believe that.
It's hard to believe.
Billy's, which is like a deodorant company, I guess.
Yeah.
And they make, stuff like that.
Yeah.
They have a new campaign where they want you to smell armpits on the street. I think we should talk about that.
Great.
I don't know if this happened in Missouri or not, but mosquitoes took over an entire plane. I want to talk about that. You know how I feel about the United Nations, right?
Oh, yeah.
The United Nations are the devil of collection.
Yes.
Well, did you hear about the judge from the United Nations?
No.
The United Nations, which is anti-slavery, right?
Yeah.
It's anti-war, right?
Right.
Except they fund wars and they go behind people's back. They play politics. Mm-hmm. And now they just got a judge for forcing a woman to work as a slave at her home.
Wow.
I mean, is that something or is that something?
It is something.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, and then
Usually they let that stuff go.
well, we're pretty easygoing guys, aren't we?
We are.
I mean, we're not hard to get along with. Like,
No.
tell us the truth.
Yeah.
Treat people good.
Yeah.
Eat some donuts once in a while.
Right.
Have some coffee or tea or whatever tickles your
Fancy.
tittler.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But that kind of stuff just bothers me.
Right.
It's kind of like, and I'm not going to say them by name,
Right.
but the half of the group of the people that say, well, good luck paying for your fruit. That's going to be more expensive.
Exactly.
To me, it's like kiss my,
Yes.
yes.
No.
Well, because what are they supporting? If you want your fruit as cheap as possible and you know that people come here to pick fruit and they're very, very low paid, what does that make you?
It does make you a slave.
Oh, it does. Doesn't it? Or am I wrong?
Yeah. I mean, and they say, well, the slavery is no longer goes on. Well, okay. Well, how come you're conforming to doing this?
Yeah, well, and that's the thing. Is it conforming?
It is, because you've conformed to it.
Thank you,
agreed
brother.
to it.
Thank you. I just want to say them.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
That's what I want. Anyways, I just wanted to say that. Get it off my chest because, it's a Monday, but it's not really a Monday. It's a show for the whole week, but I'm going through my morning Monday feeling.
Yeah.
Is it routine?
It's a ritual of getting used to getting back in the saddle again.
Well, it's the cranker moment. It's like the real, I really feel like a cranker, like you dumb son of a.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I'm sure there's some angry cranker ads too.
Well, I mean, okay, put yourself in my shoes. Think about Pete Rose,
Yeah.
what they did to him, and then, was it Steinbrenner that said he doesn't deserve to be in the Hall of Fame?
Yeah.
Yeah, because he bet on his own team to win.
Wow. Yeah.
Yeah,
Comes from the guy that owns the whole city of New York. I mean, I did own the whole city of New York.
Well, we're not going to go there because that's conspiracy Noah stuff.
I know.
You know what I
Trust
mean?
me, don't get me going.
Yeah, well, it's National Sapphire Segula Day. I think sapphires are pretty,
Yeah.
but I don't know what a sapphire segula is.
I don't either.
How about it's National Fibromyalgia Awareness Day?
Huh.
It'd be really nice if they came up with some cures for fibromyalgia because I know some people that have pains that are unexplainable.
Yeah.
And they go to the doctor. You know the guys that spend, 10 years
Yeah.
being educated,
Yeah.
in what to do.
Mm-hmm.
And these poor people are suffering, and we dump billions and billions and billions. Like the cancer research money.
Yeah.
How many billions a year was America giving out?
Tons.
And how much results have we gotten from the trillions?
Zero.
Okay. Is there a problem with that? Am I the only one that can honestly sit here and say, F cancer? You know what I mean? Like,
You're
cancer.
not the only one. I've said it. I've said it at events.
Well, it
Where I've spoken.
affects everybody personally.
Yeah.
Some people more than others.
Trust me. It hit home with me.
Right. So, fibromyalgia is not obviously cancer, but
No.
what I'm
It's
saying
a disease,
is
though.
it is a disease that we have enough money.
Yeah.
I was just reading this thing the other day. They don't want to get rid of chemo treatments because of how much money they make with chemo treatments.
Well, exactly.
And it makes sense, and that's the white elephant in the room.
Yeah.
Like, you're not supposed to talk about it, but it is what it is. And I'm having a cranker moment, so
that's
I'm a
not-
little cranky about
It's
it.
fine. But they love to mix that chemo with other medicines that you take, and that's just what kills you off. Trust me.
I
I
is
watched
what
it
is.
happen.
Yeah, and it sucks. So,
Yeah.
some people are saying, oh my gosh, they took billions away from the Cancer Foundation. I'm like, what has the Cancer Foundation done? Let's see the records. I want to see. And then what does the Cancer Foundation say?
Yeah.
That's private information.
Yep.
Why is it private information? How much of that money actually went to curing that stuff?
Right.
How much of it went for white collar dinners and jet trips across seas so people could talk about things in front of other people that don't know it?
Exactly.
I'm just in one of them moods. You know what I'm saying?
Well, that's it. You nailed it.
Well, and then, so it's National Women's Checkup Day. Women, I've got mothers, daughters, grandma,
Go get checked up.
please.
Yep.
Please, do us
It's
all
your
a favor.
health. It's your health, and you only live once. Remember that.
Right, and yesterday was Mother's Day.
Yeah.
So
Hopefully,
belated Happy Mother's Day to all you beautiful ladies out there.
hope all your mothers had a great, great, great grad day.
Absolute Gred Day. That's
Yeah,
that can be in the dictionary.
I know.
Okay.
Could be on our new dictionary.
So good a day. It sounds like Boudet. It's also National Nutty Fudge Day.
Oh, that's good.
Are you a nutty fudge guy?
Yeah.
I am too. As a matter of fact.
Especially homemade. Oh, my God.
Oh, but you know how bad that is for my diabetes?
It's really bad for me, too.
Yeah, well, but it's so good.
It makes me sick if I eat too much of it.
You go to the fair, and there's the homemade fudge people.
Yeah.
Chocolate mint.
Sheesh. That's all you see.
Peanut butter.
Peanut brittle. Yeah.
Oh.
Yep.
It's National Odometer Day.
Oh, wow.
So what's the highest odometer reading that you've ever had?
Probably 160?
Allegedly.
160.
Okay, was it pegged?
No.
Oh, no. Okay, yeah. I was going to say, are you driving a race car?
Not no more.
It's also National Limerick Day.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, do you like limericks? Do you know what a limerick is?
No, I don't.
Okay.
You're going to have to explain a limerick to me.
Okay, well, just let me pull this up for you, and I think it'll help both of us. Observed annually on May 12th, National Limerick Day celebrates the birthday of English artist, illustrator, author, poet Edward Lear.
Okay.
Lear is known mostly for his literary nonsense in poetry, prose, and limericks.
Ryan Seacrest here. When you have a busy schedule, it's important to maximize your downtime. One of the best ways to do that is by going to ChumbaCasino.com. Chumba Casino has all your favorite social casino games like spin slots, bingo, and solitaire that you can play for free for a chance to redeem some serious prizes. So hop on to ChumbaCasino.com now and live the Chumba life. Sponsored by Chumba Casino.
No purchase necessary. VGW Group. Void where prohibited by law. 21 plus. Terms and conditions apply.
Oh, he made a good comedy back in the day.
Well, that's what he was doing.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, yeah, it was kind of one of them things that we need to, be like, he's a forefather for you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like you do limericks.
Right.
You know?
I think he made Three's Company, right?
Yeah. What? I don't know if that happened in 1846.
Oh, wrong Lear. My bad.
But he literally wrote a book called The Book of Nonsense.
Oh.
So, I mean,
Nice.
pretty cool guy to me.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
You know, it is what it is. Anyways, we were talking about our sons.
Yeah.
And before we were married, the girls that we looked at, and times have changed.
Oh, yeah.
Like today, the guys, the young men,
Yeah.
they're after thick girls. Yeah, have you noticed that?
Yeah.
Like, there's no more Christy Brinkley.
Right.
It's like Christy Dump Truck.
Or Kathy Ireland. Or
Yeah, I mean,
Heather Thomas.
they would not be considered as attractive as a big booty juicy booty.
Right.
And so we wrote a song about a dump truck booty.
Yeah.
Because the kids like the thick girls. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Definitely. So, are you ready for this?
I'm ready.
I almost sounded like that. Remember that show with Michael Jordan and Looney Tunes?
Oh, yeah.
Y'all ready for this?
Y'all ready for this?
Yeah. Don't be too hard on us, folks. It's been about a week and a half.
Yeah.
We're sorry about last week.
Yeah.
It was completely Gred's fault.
Yeah.
No, it's okay. Here we go.
It's a work thing.
This is Dump Truck Booty, the Ballad of the Backside Boom. Well, let me tell y'all a story about how times have changed. Used to be a fella wanted a gal thin as a fence post. But these days, well, they're chasing trailers, not toothpicks.
Well, back in the day, it was Twiggy and Kate.
Oh, Twiggy.
Girls so skinny, they'd levitate. They'd strut in jeans, size -2. Boys would holler, "Girl, you're cute like glue."
Yeah, but it's 2025 and son, things done flipped. We want hips that hydraulically dip. If the wagon don't drag, she ain't even on the map. I want a booty that claps around like an applause at a chili cook-off mishap.
She got a dump truck booty.
Baby,
Yeah, when she backed it up. Built like a tractor, Lord help that fabric. Stretching out jeans like a sausage in plastic. That's the kind of girl that makes a heart go spastic.
Well, I met a girl named Darla down at Smoker's Deli. She had a rear end like a Dodge Ram belly. I said, girl, your behind's got a gravitational pull. She said, that's where I keep snacks and a Red Bull.
Back in high school, they told me I'd regret it.
No.
Said, them thick girls, you'll forget it.
Mm-hmm.
Well, joke's on them. I married one with torque.
She got torque.
She parallel parked a Suburban with her pork.
Well, she got a jump truck booty. Air brakes hissing. When she walks by, even crease go missing. That caboose got curves like a roller coaster track. She don't run marathons, she bounces back.
I tell you what, Hands, her pants got file taxes separately.
Well, I saw her sit down once and the Richter scare called in sick.
Oh, really? That ain't no moon. That's just her walking to the fridge.
Well, I'd follow that shadow through a tornado, son.
I bet you would.
Now, she got a dump truck booty, honk like a diesel. Built for hauling dreams and potato salad refills. From sunrise laughs to late night snacks. That's kind of the back that makes chiropractors relax.
So here's the thick girls, the queens of the rump.
The rump.
Yeah, big old rump roast. May your leggings be strong and your bounce never slump.
And if skinny comes back, we'll just stay true. Cause the dump truck era, boys, well, it's long overdue.
And that's the gospel of the glorious gluteus maximus.
Dump truck booty. Thank you, America, because that's it right there.
That's it. I had a few words.
Well, you know what? It felt good.
It did.
It felt good to sing a little bit. You know what I mean? Like, people don't really understand. Like, we take pride in our singing.
I do.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
You do, and we both.
Yeah, I mean, just we do, you know.
It's a we do situation.
I wonder if archaeologists feel the same way.
Yeah, we dig.
Okay, so in Yorkshire, you know, when I think of England, I think of like a state the size of Rhode Island.
Yeah.
You know, maybe it's a little bit bigger.
Oh, I'm sure.
But
it is.
Do they have very few archaeologists there? Because it seems like every week there's something that pops up of a new archaeologist find in England.
Right.
Well, this is from Yorkshire. Okay. The Melsonby Hoard. More than 800 Iron Age artifacts were discovered by a metal detectorist. Is that even a word? Detectorist?
If not, it's going in our dictionary.
Well, there we go. It's Peterhead's near the North Yorkshire village.
Right.
And it had a little bit of everything. I mean, it was in 2 ditches with 2 different villages across this ditch named the same name.
Right.
It said that he reported the location of the proper authorities, and the head of archaeology at Durham University, Professor Tom Moore, you know, he had to get an expert to the site.
Right.
They're probably like 400 yards.
Had to get an expert to talk to this other expert to find out from the other expert.
Yeah, what the expert opinion
what the other
is.
expert found.
Yeah, I mean, I wonder if this expert is related to the expert where they found the pig and then, you know, it was a pig that the college students had put it in there and then he carbon dated it and it went back like 3,000 years. You remember that?
Yeah.
Yeah,
He
well.
saw it at their local Piggly Wiggly.
Okay, well, what's cool about this is they found everything from swords and spears and helmets to wine mixing bowls. How do they know it's a wine mixing bowl?
Must have found a lot of tears.
Well, what I'm saying is, if you find a bowl,
Right.
I mean, like my bowls, I put ravioli in.
Yeah.
Sometimes cereal.
Yeah.
You know, so how do they know it was a wine bowl?
They don't.
Well, exactly. So it's sensationalized.
It is.
You know, it's probably, look, we found
We found a wine stain on the bottom of the bowl.
Yeah. And, you know, it's been there for thousands of years, and we need billions of dollars to keep doing this research.
It goes all the way back to Genghis Khan.
Yeah. Well, you know, it's 2,000-year-old wine bowl. Right. Yeah, I mean, come on. Am I the only one that thinks this way, or is it just because I'm in a real cranker mood today?
You're just in a bloody mood.
Okay, well, you're going to be in an even worse mood.
Oh, no.
Okay, if you remember, we talked about a girl
Yes.
that was missing in Missouri.
Right.
A Missouri girl missing since December, was recently found in the home of a registered sex offender in northern Colorado.
Oh, my.
Fort Collins Police Cybercrimes Unit received a tip from a Missouri Cybercrimes Task Force stating that a missing juvenile girl in a possible kidnapping may be in the area. Fort Collins detectives determined that she was at a residence in the 800 block of Warren Landing and served a search warrant on the property. Now, they wouldn't say what happened, okay? But Bondrescu is this worthless piece of shit's name, okay?
Definitely.
And he's in Larimer County Jail facing 6 charges. You want to know what it is?
What is it?
Second-degree kidnapping of a child. SA on a child with an enhancer of pattern of abuse. Second-degree assault. False imprisonment with minor locked in a room. Failure to register as a pedophile and incomplete registration. Child abuse, harboring a minor, and obstructing a police officer. My question is, why is Bondrescu walking the streets?
Shouldn't be.
Thank you very much.
Be castrated and hung from his nutsack.
Well, and that's what I'm saying. I'm hoping that whatever jail he's in, they listen to Morning Crankers.
I hope so, too.
Because now you know what Bondrescu did, and I'm not making any threats. I'm just saying.
Braun, you'll have no bronze.
Yeah, you're not going to have any bronze after because they're going to Drescu them off.
They're going to bronze peruke you.
Yeah. Well, I mean, doesn't that put you in that kind of mood?
That really did fire me up.
It did me too.
Because it ticks me off that these guys get by with messing with children.
So me and you, we try every 2 weeks to bring up all the missing kids.
Mm-hmm.
At least in our state, sometimes Illinois, you know, if it's a hot thing like, hey, we need your help right now, we try to get it out there right away.
Exactly.
But this is one of the girls that we were talking about, and they found her alive. Thank God.
Yeah, thank goodness she's alive.
Yeah, but...
Hello, it is Ryan, and we could all use an extra bright spot in our day, couldn't we? Just to make up for things like sitting in traffic, doing the dishes, counting your steps, you know, all the mundane stuff. That is why I'm such a big fan of Chumba Casino. Chumba Casino has all your favorite social casino-style games that you can play for free anytime, anywhere with daily bonuses. That should brighten your day a little. Actually, a lot. So sign up now at ChumbaCasino.com. That's ChumbaCasino.com.
No purchase necessary. VGW Group. Void where prohibited by law. See terms and conditions. 18+.
Take these people off the street. Donald Trump,
Please.
You're our president. Please do something about this.
Yes.
Do you know the highest recidivism rate of any criminal in the world are pedophiles?
Yeah.
And it's not even close.
Right.
Okay, there is no fixing that.
You can't.
Okay, and some people are going to disagree with me.
I'm sorry. It is. I'm not sorry. It is mental illness.
They can kiss my...
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean?
Because that's a child.
Yeah.
Child of God.
Yes.
With her. Come on, man.
Well,
people are weird.
So, we've been talking about your dating life a little bit.
Yeah.
How's that going?
Not too good.
Well, I mean...
Because I've been working a lot. But...
You opened the door. Okay.
Yeah.
So, have you had any takers?
I've had a few. And then, it's one of those things where I just don't have the time.
Well, I want to tell you to be careful of Brazilian chicks.
Really?
Yeah. This new story comes out. A woman poisoned her love rival and her children with tainted chocolate eggs for Easter.
Oh.
She was arrested for trying to kill her ex-boyfriend's new partner by sending her poisoned chocolate eggs as an anonymous Easter present.
Wow.
What do you think of that?
That's sick.
I mean, just imagine what could have happened and who could have happened to. You know what I mean?
Exactly. I could have done a lot of harm to that whole family.
Well, and Brazilians, I mean, there are a lot of beautiful Brazilians.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? And I don't know. I'm just saying. She wrote a note that said, with love to Marianne Lira, happy Easter. And them thinking that they were just a thoughtful gift. Guess what? They had some.
Oh, no.
Now, they didn't pass away.
Good.
But they could have.
They could have.
You know what I'm saying? That was the intent.
It was the intent. Definitely the intent.
So do you think it's weird that when it comes to judicial systems around the world, that they have these really weird laws? Like, I'll give you an example.
Right.
The worst serial killer of all time was down in South America.
Hmm.
And he had killed, confirmed, 320 kids.
Jeez.
But the longest they could hold him was 16 years. After 16 years, he walked out of prison and never to be seen from again.
I'm surprised he even walked out of prison.
Well, I'm sure they didn't know what he did, or,
He must have been hush-hush.
Well, it was something. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But anyways, yeah, it just kind of gets to me. It's
these last couple of stories do.
Well, let's go to another archaeologist thing.
Okay,
we talked about cheese. We both love cheese.
Oh, yeah.
As a matter of fact, for the old lady,
Yeah.
yesterday, she wanted chicken stuffed Asiago. Oh, I can tell you how I made it. I can't remember the name. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Okay. So I got chicken breasts. I cut them in half.
Okay.
Or I should say I butterflied them.
Yeah.
Okay. Smashed them with the hammer, tenderize them. Then I put cream cheese down. Then Asiago cheese. Then sweet preacher. Then another seasoning. Put it over, put sweet preacher on it. Then took it out to the Weber and grilled it. Okay. So whatever you call that.
It was good.
That's what the wife wanted.
Because I ended up having a little leftover of it.
Yeah, you liked it.
Yeah.
And then I did asparagus.
Yeah.
On the grill. And then stuffed mushrooms. That's what she wanted. That's what she got. So we're cheese lovers. Well, an archaeologist just found the oldest cheese in an ancient Egyptian tomb. Wow. What do you think of that?
That is significant. Because, I would have never thought out of a million years they'd find one in the Egyptian tomb. Let's be honest.
Well, they found batteries over there.
Yeah.
Now they found the oldest cheese. But look at that. That's
just crazy, man.
That's supposedly cheese.
Supposedly. Okay.
It looks like a rock.
It does.
Yeah, doesn't it look just like a rock?
It looks like a decayed rock.
Yeah, it is what it is. Anyways, it just, I don't know. Archaeologists, maybe they're, maybe they're not Indiana Jones anymore. That's all I'm saying.
They're not Indiana Jones. Not that quality anyway.
Well, I'm thinking not. It is what it is. Anyways, now, what's the weirdest ad you've ever seen?
Oh, what was the weirdest one? I just seen one recently. I kept saying that's a weird ad.
What was it? What was it? Something big, bad? What was it?
It was during the Super Bowl, I think.
Oh, it was during the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
While you're thinking,
the KFC commercial.
Oh, okay.
That is the weirdest commercial I've ever seen.
Oh, yeah. The one with the people. And
I should have knew this because I just talked about this the other day with
the conspiracy theorist in you popped up for, basically cannibalism and fast food.
Yes.
Which did actually happen one time in Texas.
Yeah, I've heard that.
The alligator man.
Yep.
Yeah, it was him. Anyways, I wanted to say thank you, Shane Gaddy. He sent a email the other day, and it kind of touched your heart, didn't it?
It did. It did.
Yeah, you were very happy.
I was very happy. I'm glad that he thinks that much of us.
Well, we get emails, but I would say it's a 60-40 split of people. Well, we completely disagree with you on. It's okay. It's okay to disagree.
It's okay to disagree.
You can be wrong.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm batting 100.
There's no problem with you being wrong and us being right, or vice versa. So.
Well, I wanted to say. He said, "Good evening. I wanted to let you know I listen to your morning podcast every morning from St. Joseph, Missouri, either on the way to work or at work. It's the first thing to go to when I get in the car and see if the latest podcast is up yet. I miss it on the days there isn't a show. We're trying to remedy that. Now, we're going back to two shows a week.
Yeah, we cutting back to 2 shows a week because my heavy work schedule.
But we're doing a lot of segments.
Yes.
Like, can you do Dr. Cranker? Because I don't think they heard Dr. Cranker's voice the other day, did they?
No, they didn't.
Let's hear it.
I'm Dr. Cranker. Nice to meet you.
Yeah, it's like Bane, but girlish.
It's not Dr. Cranker, but we're going to.
Yeah. Oh, it's going to be Dr. Cranker. And you are going to hear some of the funniest things.
You're going to love it.
And we got a couple things in our underpants besides that.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying. So, anyways, thank you, Shane Gaddy.
Yes. Thank you, Shane.
Now, New York City. They have a new ad that's scratch and sniff. So you can stop and smell armpits on the street.
Ugh. Okay.
Well, I mean,
Wow.
even with my wife with her deodorant, I'm not like, oh, baby, let me smell them armpits.
Exactly.
Yeah, I've never seen that.
No.
I remember back in the day, the magazines that had the plastic sleeve. You remember that?
And then you pulled back the little sleeve and you went.
Yeah, scratch and sniff.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it was, what was Flint.
Yeah.
Mr. Flint had a scratch and sniff section.
Yeah.
You remember?
I want to say Sports Illustrated did it for a while, too.
Did they really?
I think so.
I mean, it's just some of the weirdest, crazy stuff.
It is.
Yeah.
It is.
So, whatever. If you're into scratch and sniff, go to New York City and you can smell armpits.
Yeah. Or
I
you can
mean-
case that woman in New York City, that statue. She looks like one anyway.
On April 24th, there was kind of a weird thing. An army of mosquitoes took over an airplane.
Ooh.
It says caused passengers to become extremely itchy. What would you do? I mean, I've been on flights all over the U.S. and that's I mean, we've talked about the weird stuff going on planes right now, wheels falling off and crash, just weird stuff. How weird is it that in Delhi, it was an Indigo flight. They went up and it was like a swarm of mosquitoes totally infested the whole plane.
Oh, wow.
How can that even happen? Put your conspiracy Noah's hat on and tell me how that can happen.
I don't know. The only other thing I could think of, it came through their motor. The plane was sitting on the tarmac.
So what you're saying is that there was like a bubble.
A bubble of them, they snuck through.
A bubble of skeeters.
They came through the motors, I guess, the propellers.
Okay, so let's. I'm going to put my engineering hat on just for a second, okay? If they did that and they came into the motor, they'd go out the exhaust of the motor, right?
Right.
But now, do you think the exhaust goes?
What if it's?
I mean, what are you trying to do? Give them carbon monoxide?
Think about this, guys. They made movies where bugs have snuck through there
and snakes,
and they've got into the plane.
Remember snakes on a plane?
It's not plane.
Yeah.
I can't say.
Yeah, I mean,
but yeah.
There's just something weird going on, and I can't explain why, but a whole swarm getting on a plane, even in India, it's an international flight. There's something going on.
Yeah.
So, anyways.
Well, definitely.
But if you were going to give a ranking to the United Nations and the train wreck that is the United Nations.
It's a big train wreck.
On a scale of 1 to 10, what would you rate them?
Oh, gosh. Train wreck number 1.
Yeah, and 1 being the worst.
The worst.
See, I wouldn't even give them a number because I despise them that much.
Can we go minus 100?
Yeah, let's go minus 1,000.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
Now, what they're supposed to do, there's some integrity involved, like, feeding people that can't eat.
Right.
Bringing water, medicine, things like that. But they're not so much into that anymore.
No.
Okay, they're on this weird societal crazy, like they were part of the Gay Sesame Street and the transgender monkeys.
Right.
They were all part of that.
Yeah.
Okay, so they're not feeding people. They're not doing the things that they were supposed to do, and the things that were supposed to stand for, like human rights.
Yeah.
Listen to this. United Nations Judge Lydia Mugambi has been convicted of forcing a Ugandan woman to work as a slave in the United Kingdom.
Oh, wow.
Now, what do you think about that, Greg?
That's
This isn't hearsay. She was convicted of it.
right.
Okay,
It
now
just
why
goes
isn't
to
this
show-
mainstream news?
Because it'll prove that slavery still exists.
Oh, you mean slavery still exists by the very embodiment of an institution that's supposed to protect people from that,
Exactly.
right?
Yeah. An institution that actually institutionalizes slavery.
Right. I would compare this to something like, like a research center that was supposed to do research and come up with cures for certain diseases
Right.
that keeps the diseases prolonged so they can make money on it through other means.
Man, that doesn't happen.
Yeah, well, you know what I'm saying.
Yeah. I know, wrong answer.
Yeah, well, at some point, people just have to say, kiss my
Grits.
patootie. You know what I mean? Anyways,
All right.
so I'm going with another British story because I think that they're off their rocker.
Yeah.
This is the last story of the day.
Well, British do have a lot of rockers.
Okay, so we changed your mic out, and you sound fantastic, by
Thank
the
you.
way.
Thank you.
Now, I want to hear you do Darth Vader one time very clearly, and do it for 20 seconds.
I am your father, Luke.
Okay, so in the UK, which I didn't know that Darth Vader was popular in the UK also.
Very popular.
Well, a woman sues after being compared to Darth Vader at work, and she won $39,000.
Wow.
Darth Vader is an iconic villain, and being compared to him by workmates is apparently insulting and traumatic enough to warrant $40,000.
Ooh.
It was the decision of a UK court in the case of an NHS blood donation worker who claimed that the association with Star Wars character caused her to feel unpopular at work and ultimately quit her job. Are you serious?
Yeah.
This girl quit her job because she felt unpopular.
This is the bubble that's been created the last 8 to 12 years.
Dude, I'm telling you, if she was being called Darth Vader, I'm pretty sure there was a reason for it.
Yeah.
And the reason that she was unpopular was probably because the things that she was doing to be called.
Yes.
I mean, this isn't 4th grade, 5th grade, 6th grade,
Right.
like, boys got cooties, that type of thing.
Exactly.
This is, you're being unreasonable with a B, okay? And people don't like you.
Yeah.
And every time they interact with you, they feel like they're talking to one of the biggest super villains ever.
Right.
But I guess Darth Vader. You're Darth Vader. Yeah. I could be Darth Vader today.
You can go away now, man.
Yeah. Well, can you do Obi-Wan Kenobi?
Obi-Wan Kenobi?
Yeah.
Luke, use the Force.
Yeah. No, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
what I mean, like, what did she want to be called? Luke Skywalker?
Right.
Does she want to be called Yoda? Because if she's Yoda, I felt short and wrinkled, and you know what I mean.
I felt decrepit.
Yeah. Oh, it is what it is. Thank you for being here, folks. We love you. Remember, go to morningcrankers.com.
Yes.
And if you want to send us an email, morningcrankers@gmail.com.
And ladies, if you want to send Greta an email, send it to me. If you want to hate mail me.
Well, you're going to get some of them.
I know that. If you want to send me some love, go ahead and do that.
Oh, we love you, babies.
Hello, it is Ryan, and we could all use an extra bright spot in our day, couldn't we? Just to make up for things like sitting in traffic, doing the dishes, counting your steps, all the mundane stuff. That is why I'm such a big fan of Chumba Casino. Chumba Casino has all your favorite social casino-style games that you can play for free anytime, anywhere with daily bonuses. That should brighten your day a little. Actually, a lot. So sign up now at ChumbaCasino.com. That's ChumbaCasino.com.
No purchase necessary. VGW Group. Void where prohibited by law. See terms and conditions. 18+.